Welcome to Inside the Chambers, where we here at Halsbury Chambers give you a unique insight into the world of business, law, and community development. I'm your host, Bria Tai, and today we're joined by special guest Ms. Carolyn Adderley to discuss company formation and corporate law within the Bahamas. So welcome to the podcast, Ms. Adderley, and thank you for taking the time this morning to have this discussion with me.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, and I would just like to jump right in and ask, who is Carolyn Adderley? Can you please give us some background on what led you to the legal field?
I would say I am, on a personal note, a wife and a mother of three. I can say I am hardworking, loyal, also I would say determined, and I would say in some way stickler for the rules. I am the firm's manager for Halsbury Chambers. The Halsbury Chambers was started by Branville McCartney, who has impressed upon me as well as others to make sure that we serve our clients with excellent service, and we have followed that throughout. I can say I started, in terms of my background, the legal field as a legal secretary in 1988, where I was offered an accepted position as a secretary. And I was at that firm for about 6 years. Then I moved from there, and then here at Halsbury Chambers, where I've been here for about 24 years.
Wow, so you started in the Bahamas as well?
Yes.
Okay. And you are currently the manager at Halsbury Chambers?
Yes, I'm the firm's manager.
Can you share some of the duties and responsibilities attached to being the manager of a law firm?
Basically, one of the main responsibility is to ensure that I support and assist the founding partner with the aims and goals of the firms. Also to create and implement policies. Also to ensure that each attorney and staff member are aware of the policies, which includes billing, collection, and retainer policies. Making sure that staff are inspired and motivated for their success, personally as well as professionally. I would say that I am responsible for chairing the staff meeting, ensuring that clients' complaints are addressed effectively and efficiently. Also, I would say that I'm responsible for hiring and training of new staff members, as well as numerous of other responsibilities that comes along with that.
So those are like your core duties, the big ones. Okay, and I understand you also manage Halsbury Corporate Services.
Yes, I do.
So what was the driving force behind you deciding to specialize into company formation and company law?
I did some corporate work. However, someone else was dealing with it, but I wouldn't say I actually went into specialize it. It was given to me practically.
Okay.
It was given to me to manage and control the corporate division after the person who had left, who was dealing with it. And in 2016, that's when I started it. And from there, I was able to garner more knowledge, information, and with the laws and everything with the corporate, doing it confidently and making sure that everything is done properly and effectively.
Yeah. So I'd like to jump into the company formation process and get some more information on that. So what are the key legal steps a company must take when being formed, and how do you help your clients navigate those essential steps?
Okay, the key legal steps are basically that the client will have to provide me with the name of the company that they would like to incorporate. And once that is given, I go ahead and reserve the name. And once that is reserved, they'll give me a unique identifier number so that I can get the company incorporated. And incorporating the company, we prepare the articles and memorandum of association, which are the legal documents basically to govern the corporation. The client will also provide me with information about the company, who they want to be the directors, officers, and members of the company, shareholders, etc.
Right.
And once that is provided, I'll incorporate, send the company up to the company registry, which is it's uploaded into a portal. And then once everything is approved, they will issue a certificate of incorporation, which means that the company is now ready to do business
Okay.
as a company.
So, what are some ongoing legal compliance requirements for these companies that they should be aware of after formation?
They should be aware that they have to maintain a registered office, and the company must file a declaration and annual return. For example, for a domestic company, they must file a declaration and annual return annually, as well as make sure that everything is in order. And of course, we can do that for them. Once we incorporate the company, we'll be able to provide that services for them for a fee.
Right.
Yes.
I also want to ask, what are the most common legal issues that arise during the early stages of a company's life, and how can they be addressed? Like some early challenges or legal issues that could arise for a company.
I would say the legal issues that could arise would be the company not being aware that under the Economic Substance Reporting Act, that they have to file a report annually. Say, for example, once they filed that, they were given the mandate to file that was in 2019. However, many of the companies were not filing them, and this is basically so that they would be aware that there was an economic presence in the Bahamas. That is for all companies, domestic companies, IBCs, nonprofit, as well as foundations. And so they were not filing these on their own. So they amended the act so that in 2023, so that the corporate provider would be able to file that on their behalf. So that has eliminated the need for them to do it themselves.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
All right, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Inside the Chambers. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for more videos soon.